Hi, I'm Davern. I'm here to share my love for tennis with you and to help you be happier on the court. Okay, today's video is all about the tie break. We're going to look at the tie break when you're playing singles and the tie break when you're playing doubles. Let's start with the singles first. So when you're playing and you get up to a tie break, which is usually 6 games all, then we need to know whose turn is it to serve. So you've got to carry on the flow. So whoever just served the game to make it to 6 games all, then that means they're the person who serves all the even number of games, like 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 12. So then now would be the person who was the first person who started serving this set. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and the 13th game. So the tiebreaker is like the 13th game. So then that person would serve the first point, who was just receiving the last game. So if I just was receiving serve and the other guy won, and now he's forced me to a tie break, then it's my turn to serve. Now the really key part here to get the tie break right is when you start to serve, you only play 1 point. So I've got here 1 ball to signify 1 point. After the very first point of the tie break, so it's love all, 0-0, and I serve my 1 point, then what happens is after that, everybody serves 2 points from there. But you must follow the side. So I've started from the right-hand side here with the 1 ball. I do my 1 point. Then after that, it's going to be 1 love, or the service score is always first. So it's going to be, love 1. So then when I finish that point, then it's going to be my opponent's turn to serve. And then he needs to serve from the left because I just did the right-hand side. So you have to follow. So the funny part about the tiebreak is that when you normally play a service game, you always start from the right-hand side. But when you play a tie-break, you always, except for the very first point only, every time after that, you always serve from the left. So I'm going to be now from the side with 2, is if it's my opponent, because I've served the first point, once he serves 1 point, then he gets to play 2 points on his serve. So then this side here, he's going to play his second point, and then we've done 3. So if you saw the earlier video about knowing where to go from the odd side, the left-hand side, and the right-hand side, then this will be pretty obvious to you again from watching that. So that means there, 3 points are done. So now he's done his 2 serving points, it's back to me. So again, because we've played 3 points now, it's going to be 2 points on my serve. And we carry on this way. So then once we've played 5, then it's going to be 2 points for my opponent to serve, and then 2 points for me. Another fun fact is when you're playing a tiebreaker, every multiple of 6 points played, like 3 all, 6 love, 4-2, 2-4, then every multiple of 6 total points played, we need to switch ends of the court. Okay, so you've got to remember that. Once you've done 6 points, or you're at 6 points all and you've played 12 points, or you have 9 points all and you've played 18 points, every multiple of 6 points played in a tiebreak, you need to switch ends. And every time when you go to restart and you change ends, you got to remember, don't serve from the right-hand side like you always do. You always have to do the first of your 2 points from the left-hand side. Okay, so then you've got your 1 and your 2. After you play, you're trying to think of that when you do the tiebreaker, it's the first person to win 7 points, and you need to have at least a 2-point advantage. So if I'm getting to 6-5 and it's my serve, then I would be starting from this side, and this is 11 points done. I'm going to be serving from the left-hand side to the advantage court service box. If I win that point and I become 7-5, I've won that set. Okay, and after a tiebreaker, whichever end you fall on, even if you've done a 30-point tiebreaker and you've changed ends each multiple of 6, you switch ends again to start the new set. Okay, but if I play this point 6-5 and the other person wins the point, then we're at 6 all and I haven't won the set, so then we've got to change ends because we've done 12. Then we just keep battling until somebody gets at least 2 points in front. If it's 6 points to 4, and then I'll be on this side because that's 10, and I'm serving here. If I win that 7-4, I also win. As soon as you get to 7 and you have at least 2 points in front, then you've won the tiebreak. Okay, there. So now we've covered the singles tiebreaker. We're going to go through the doubles tiebreak. When you do the tiebreak in doubles, it's going to be a lot of the same things that we covered in singles, just that now you've got your partners. So it's, hey, Jay and Simona Halep, and then there's Roger Federer and Serena Williams. So we've got our mixed doubles going on. And what you're going to do is when you get to the tiebreakers, same thing is when 12 games have been played, it would be whoever's next in the order. So say at the start of the match, I let Simona choose what she wants to do. And she said, hey, Jay, I'm going to serve. So that means in the very first game, Simona served. So then once our team has had a serve, then it's going to be Roger and Serena. And Serena's going to say, hey, Roger, I'm serving first. So then Serena is serving. So she's the second server. Then, because it's back to my team serve again, then Jay's going to serve game 3. And then after me, then Roger can serve. So then Roger's going to do game 4. So once we get to the tiebreaker, then everybody would have served 3 times because there's 4 of us. 3 lots of 4 is 12, 6 games all. So as soon as we get back to the tiebreaker, it means Roger just won his serve to draw the match even and force the tiebreak at 6 games all. So for the very first point, again, it's going to be only one serve. So it's going to be Simona Halep. She gets to serve for our team the first one. And my trusty partner is definitely going to put us in the lead and we're going to be leading 1-love. So then after we high five, and like this with the rackets, if it's social distancing, then it's going to be up to Serena's serve. So Serena then is going to have 2 points to play, like we were talking about before. And so Serena will serve 2 points. One to me as a receiver, and then 1 to Simona as a receiver. After that, then of course it was Jay's turn. So then we've done 3 points, and I'll have my two balls to play, and we'll play those 2. So then we've done 5. After I've done my 2 serves, then Roger gets to serve, and he gets his 2 again, and he's got to go from the left-hand side. And once he does his first point, then we've completed 6 points overall together, whether Simona and I are leading 6-love, or Serena and Roger are giving us a good challenge and we're at 3 points all. Then we're going to have to change ends of the court. When I say change ends of the court, it means just now Simona and I are here. You can't see Roger and Serena. They're just over there, but they're a bit camera shy, so they're not coming down. So once we get to change ends of the court, that means Simona and I are going to walk down to the other side around the net and play from that end of the court. So then Roger and Serena will come on. Oh, they're a bit shy, they're not coming over. So Roger and Serena would come over here, and then they would play from this end. So then, of course, every multiple of 6, we're going to change there. So when you're playing that, that's the main thing to think of, is you're going to have to follow your same order of what you served from before. So what is something interesting that I didn't cover in the singles one, I'm going to leave it for the doubles one, is when you're playing any time, whether it's games normal before the tiebreaker or not, is when you play tennis, if somebody serves from the wrong side or in the wrong order, then the rules stipulate or say that, well, anything that gets done when you play tennis, even if it was the wrong person, say for example that, Roger was feeling a bit stressed out because Simona and Jay were beating him, that he goes, hey, instead of Serena serving again, he's going to try to pick up and take Serena's turn and serve her 2 balls. If he gets away with that, which I'm always on the ball, he's never going to get away with it on me, but if he did that to somebody else, he might get away with it. And if he serves again that one time and then somebody goes, hey, hang on a second, Roger, you already served just before, it's Serena's turn. When you play tennis, whenever everybody recognizes and agrees that something's happened out of turn and it's not the right order, everything still counts. And you continue on from whatever it was. So we go, okay, now Serena was supposed to serve, so hey Roger, switch over, Serena serves, but she'll only get to do 1 point now because Roger already took one of her points. But it always stands. Same as if Roger did an ace, and then he comes across and he goes to do it again, and he serves a fault, and then somebody goes, hey, hang on a second, how come you're serving so many times, Roger? It's supposed to be Serena's turn. When Serena carries on from what should be the correct order, it will still stand. And what I mean by that is, isn't that different than before or the same? It's different than before because Roger served a fault. So then that means when Serena comes over here, see, I'm a lot nicer partner than Roger is to Simona than he is to Serena. She then would only have 1 serve. She would only have to play second serve only because Roger already put a fault on her. So everything that happens, like even a fault, that counts, and then you only play on. Same as if we're playing here and we're happily winning, high-fiving Simona and I, we're 5-2 up, and then everybody goes, oh, wait a second, we were supposed to swap when it was 6 points played. So even though we've done 7, the 7 still stands, and then we swap over. We don't stop, we continue on, and then that means we would do 5, and then 12 points are done, we've got to swap again. So whatever gets decided that, hey, something was wrong, you just have to continue from there, whether it's a fault or a point, or if we're playing the regular games and Simona served first, and she was like, so good, I was like, when it's my turn to serve, hey, why don't you take my turn? She starts serving again, and however many get done before the other team realize, then of course you wouldn't do that because that's bad sportsmanship. But if that did happen accidentally, then she gets us up 40 love. If I then go, oh, hey, it's my turn to serve, then I would get to, with a big smile on my face, get to serve here on this side because 40 love is 3, the left-hand side. We would continue from 40 love, even though that was all Simona doing that, getting us to the lead. So I hope this is really clear, and for both singles and doubles, you know everything about the tiebreaker. Of course, in the singles scenario, the same would happen. If some person serves and you switch end and that same person serves again, even though it's supposed to be 1 game each, whatever there was done gets counted and you continue on. So if anything is unclear, make sure you leave a comment below here and I'll definitely answer you there. So make sure you watch this a number of times, especially doubles, because of course with the 4 different people happening, then the doubles tiebreaker is way more tricky at first to try to get the swing of. So if you watch this a number of times, you can make sure that when you go to play, you're going to be able to have this all down pat, and you can just focus on what should I best do to give my team the best chance of winning, or myself. What can I do to stay relaxed and in control of the point to give myself a chance under pressure to win, versus worrying a lot about, hey, like, I'm so confused, what am I supposed to do, which side, who's supposed to be serving? We want to be confident when we play, so we need to learn this back to front. Okay, of course, like I was mentioning in an earlier video, if you learn all this thing about the tiebreaker, that means when you're practicing and you're doing points and strategy and court movement things, how to win games, how to break serve in lessons, you can focus on that, and you don't have to be wasting time in trying to learn all this stuff. All this stuff here, I want you all to study and learn it, so when we're doing thing on the court in lessons, that none of this needs to have any time at all, because there's so much that we need to do to improve on when we play, so we can really be much happier on the court. Okay, thanks, and get out there and do as well as you can in those tie breaks. If you like this video, please subscribe to my tennis YouTube channel so that you can get a notification by email each time a new video is uploaded. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends so they can enjoy their tennis too.